Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to discuss something that has been on my mind a lot throughout this Christmas season, and that is teaching our kids generosity, teaching them to be unselfish, and teaching them the spirit of giving in this Christmas season, which is often all about getting. So first off, I want to say I do like for my kids to make a wish list of what they want for Christmas. I love to hear what they want. I love to see them looking through magazines and catalogs and just pointing out things that they would be interested in having. We really don't buy our kids many toys. We buy them a new toy or some new toys at Christmas and birthdays, and that's about it. They don't get any other new toys any other time of year, very, very rarely. So I do enjoy when they start to point out what they do want, because this is the one time of year where we are getting them new things to play with. And so I do want to hear their opinion and love to know what they are interested in having. But at the same point, I do want our kids to learn about giving. And this Christmas time often tends to be, I want, when the real reason for Christmas is Jesus coming to earth, doing exactly the opposite of everything being focused on me. Now, teaching kids to give at Christmas isn't really teaching them the spirit of giving or this generosity and kindness towards people that are in need. I think it's important for our kids to know that people aren't only hungry and lacking necessities at Christmas time, and often this is when people are giving, but we need our kids to know that they are needy all the time. These people that are, outside without a shelter, or they are hungry, this is true all year long, not only at Christmas time. And so if we want our kids to learn the importance of giving and being kind to others, this needs to happen all year round. Also, this kind of goes without saying, but I'm going to add this in anyways. Kids will learn giving not by us telling them, like, you're going to go to the store and buy a present for somebody, and telling them to do it. They really need to learn this spirit of giving from us. Like anything in life, they really need to see this in action from us, not just us telling them to give. I think that attitude will go a lot deeper and just be a more natural attitude when that's how they've grown up seeing us act rather than just us telling them to give. So I've thought of a few things I want to share with you in how to train our children to grow up to become compassionate and kind, generous individuals. So I think most people, when they think of giving, they think of giving financially. And if you have the means to give financially, that is a great way to give. And a lot of this is just us giving, but our kids can see it through us. So for instance, by buying food and donating it to a food bank, we like to do this at Christmas, but we like to do it at other times of the year too. And we'll take our kids shopping with us to pick out the food, and we'll let them each pick out a few items. And they see that directly given to the food bank. And it's just a great way for them to be involved in this act of giving. Of course, we can give money to charity as well, which is great. Our kids might not be as directly involved in that, but they can see us doing that. And then there are just some very small things you can do, like for instance, just going through the drive-thru and paying for the order of the person in behind you, which just is a little bit of money. And also something that we like to do with our kids is we do let them pick out gifts that they're buying for others, and they actually, now that we are paying them an allowance every week for the chores they do, just a small bit of allowance, but they save it up, and they use their own money to buy gifts for each other, so gifts for their other siblings. And so we'll take them out shopping, and I think that is just a really good way for them to understand the value of that money, and that we're not just giving them money to go buy gifts, they're actually choosing out gifts using their own money. And so they love doing it, and I think it really teaches that attitude of giving. Another fun way for kids to get involved in giving at any point of the year is for them to donate used clothes or toys. We go through our toys all the time, regularly, but especially before a holiday where they'll be getting a lot of new stuff, and go through and, okay, what do you not need? And I'm sure there's someone else who would gladly have this toy who doesn't have as much as us. And so we're always just reminding them of that, and that there are others less fortunate. There are other ways to give directly to others, not necessarily financially, but for instance, if we know someone who's just had a baby, we like to cook a meal and bring it over to that family. Or if we know someone who is sick and needs some help, we'll bring some food to those people. We also, another thing, the kids will write thank you cards. I think that's a great way there are a lot of these character traits, I think, that go hand in hand, like giving and generosity and kindness. Those all kind of go hand in hand. And so it's just really being giving, but then also being grateful for what you have been giving. And I think those kind of go hand in hand. So when my kids are given gifts, they write out thank you cards and bring those to those people who got them the gift. Another thing you can do is bake some cookies and bring them to someone who has made a difference in your life, or just someone who is working in your community, like your firefighters or police officers or veterans. We, as a church, we made cookies and brought them to our Remembrance Day parade, which is like Veterans Day, and gave those out there, and the kids were involved in that. And I just think it's humbling for them to give cookies to someone, even someone they don't know, but someone who has served our country, and to say thank you for your service. There are so many ways of giving time, and I think that is a great way to give that everybody has some amount of. And so there are so many ways to do this. One suggestion I thought of, and this is a fairly easy one for our family, because we have our homeschool co-op that meets every week, and we meet at a nursing home. And so we have a lot of residents of that nursing home that come and sit in during our co-op. I think they just like to come and sit in and just see the little kids, because they don't get to see little ones very often. And so I try to get our kids every week to go and say hi to them and talk to them. And I think just giving that time, devoting that time, and even though the elderly, especially if you don't know them, might not be the easiest to talk to or the most entertaining to talk to, it's just giving that time to them and just showing that you care is important. There are also numerous daily tasks that you can do, just random things that show you care for others, and they're not even big tasks that you're going to do, just little things like opening the door for someone. We definitely teach our kids, if there's someone behind you or you're going into the store, hold the door open for people, especially for the boys. If there are women coming in, hold the door open, be a gentleman. Also just, dropping something. If you see an elderly person in the checkout, drop some change. Get the kids to go pick it up, or you yourself pick it up and give it to them, and just showing that you will put their needs ahead of your own and that you care. Also, complimenting others is huge. Just noticing those good things. I think it's important for us as parents to compliment our children when you see them accomplish something big or overcome something, or just when they look really cute, or when they've not even, I think more than looks, it's when they've actually done something that you can be proud of. I think you should tell them that. And I think when we compliment our kids, then they in turn will compliment others and notice the good in others. I think we often notice the bad things in others and want to gossip and talk about the negative things about people, when we should be focusing on the good and complimenting those people. So this list is by no means exhaustive. There are so many things you can do, but I think in general, we need to give. We need to have this generous spirit, and our kids will catch on to that, and they will take after us. And I know I've met many children that I'm like, oh wow, you are so kind, or you are so sweet, so helpful. And then I see their parents, and it's like, duh, no wonder. Their parents are the best examples in that. And so our kids really learn that from us. And then the other important thing is give all year round. Christmas is giving. It's a giving time, and so I do want our kids to learn to give, but this definitely needs to happen all year round as well. So let me know down below in the comments what you do to help your kids have this generous giving mentality, and please give this video a thumbs up. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Share it if you'd like to, and please subscribe to my channel if you want to see all of my videos, and I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.